Happy mid-November. Welcome to a recent makes hodgepodge video where I'm excited to share with you a couple new sewing pieces in this first half of the video. And then in the second half, I will share with you some embroidery projects that I recently whipped up. Before I forget, because sometimes I'm known to forget to introduce myself and welcome you, I'm Rachel Ann, and this is Dine in Creativity, where I am here to share my sewing journey, the highs, the lows, aka what I've learned along the way, and everything in between. I would love it if you subscribed, and I'm always happy to hear what you're working on and or if you've worked with any of these patterns before, so always feel free to share in the comments. But let me go ahead and kickstart us off with what I'm wearing. This was a combo embroidery and sewing make that I recently finished, and today's the first day I am wearing it. I had to make some quick alterations, which I'll tell you about here in a second, but this was another closet remake. The dress, I'll put the video here, was originally one of those classic shell dresses. I had gotten it super on sale many years ago. Couldn't even tell you how long I've had it. And it's just been hanging in my closet. I will never forget one day I put it on. This was back years ago. I put it on in the morning. I looked at myself in the mirror. I said, this is way too much. And I am a too much kind of person. I love to get dressed up, but I thought this is way too much to wear to work. Kind of looks like a cocktail dress, but then it also was the classic sheath dress. It just never really worked. And so I was so happy to be able to recreate it into this very wearable top. I may have touched on this in a previous video, but it's just so interesting how fashion has kind of changed in terms of, I'll speak for myself. I don't like to be as formal as I used to be when I worked in a clinical office setting. Now it's all about wearable items that you can mix and match for daily wear, dress it up for a special occasion, and I just love this little top. It is a Vogue pattern. It's this Vogue pattern here. I don't have it on hand right now, but you'll see the image here. And going through my recent video where I shared the 12 easy patterns for beginners, I thought, you know what? I need to whip up this Vogue top again. And thankfully I had just enough fabric to make it. I had to definitely use these sleeves in a unique way because I was running out of fabric very quickly. And the one tweak I did, which I'll show you, maybe I can do it right here, is I had to add a little elastic piece here because without it, it almost looked like a maternity top. The bottom kind of really flew out in that manner. And so by cinching it in the back, I think it turned into a very cute, funky top. And then of course the embroidery. I was very nervous, so I certainly wanted to try to use fabric that I wouldn't be too upset if for some reason it got messed up. However, I did do a test run on this fabric to ensure I had the correct thread tension. You know, I'm getting it, I'm learning here. And I think it just came out beautifully. I am so happy with this kind of Art Deco style. I did stop with this. I was thinking, okay, I'm gonna do one more right here. I'll do another little floral set right here. I said, you know what? It's fine. I like it just as it is. It's just enough to add a little zing to it, but not so much that it's overwhelming. And I'm just really pumped. So now I'm on the embroidery train for embroidering clothing as much as I am my kitchen towels, which I'll share that with you in a little bit. All right, let's get into the second make. And if I'm being completely honest, this one was actually made up probably a month or two ago. So I just threw it into my mid-November makes to show you. This is the winterized version of the retro McCall's pattern. And I love it. I was just gonna go out to lunch with a girlfriend, and that's where I wore this to. So I didn't want to wear like super high heels. So I just threw on some flat cream colored booties, a big oversized cardigan, and then I was good to go. I was out and about that whole day, running around doing different things, and it was such a fun, cute little dress to wear. I've actually worn it a couple times at this point, but this is a great, great pattern. Even if you are a beginner-ish, it is very straightforward to work with, and there's so many different ways that you can make this dress. The material can make a massive difference, as you know, watching, and using this kind of thin, let me grab it really quick. Using this really thin, it's got a little thing on it. Using this thin, it kind of looks like micro suede, but it's not. It has this very thin, soft underlining material and just a really pretty, nice little metallic sheen. It's such an easy dress to throw on and go. And it really worked out. I mean, I guess my vision for it was in the cooler fall and winter months to put the boots on with a cardigan or a lightweight leather jacket, and you can head out the door. So again, this is one of my favorite patterns. I adore it. You guys have probably seen it before if you've been watching my channel, and it's a great one. So as you saw with this top that I'm wearing, I am definitely experimenting with embroidering clothing. I see some really big embroidery projects in my future for clothing, but I thought I would keep that journey going. I still had, I'm so sick of this fabric at this point, but I still had this fabric left over, and so I went ahead and just embroidered, hopefully you can see that, the sleeves. And look how gorgeous they turned out. I used a multicolored thread so that when it is used, you get all these different thread colors. It came in green. I think there's like a brown, yellow, and white version, a peach version, and I couldn't be happier. This was the other. I started small with this one just to kind of play around with it and see how it would turn out. But this is the underside. Still has some of the stabilizer. Whoops. Still has some of that stabilizer, which I'll pull off, but I just wanted to show you, look how nicely everything turned out. And it just creates a nice little accent to up level a top. And this was the finished version of this shirt. This was, believe it or not, Mimi G ME 2021 pattern. I recently started going through, this is my train of thought here. I recently started going through every piece of clothing I had ever sewn. And a couple years ago, I went through a phase where I sewed up the Know Me by Mimi G Gwen Heng pattern, probably in 5 or 6 different variations. And so I thought, you know what, let me bring this back today. And so that's what I did. Basically, I cut out the top, this top portion here, and the back top portion, and used the sleeves on a new look pattern, mashed those in there, and then just self-drafted the entire bottom, which it did come out kind of funky initially. And so I'm gonna put up a couple progressive photos here. Came out a little funky, and so I had to add something to cinch the waist in just a little bit because it was kind of making the breast area look a little off, in my opinion. So added this elastic. It totally did the trick. What I did is just sewed it on the inside. Hopefully that isn't blurry. But yeah, did that, and I couldn't be happier. I think it turned out super cute. Probably would have gone a little bit faster and more streamlined had I just used the pattern. But with this Mimi G Gwen Heng pattern, it's this short. The top bodice portion is that short, and then you attach the skirt at the bottom. So I knew I've got to figure something else out. So just measured how big I needed this to be, cut it, you know, and sewed it on. But overall, I am done with this beautiful crushed velvet fabric. I've got scraps left over. I'm sure I'll figure something out for using them. But I am happy with this shirt version. You guys already know I've got that long crushed velvet purple dress, and I'm taking a break from this fabric for the foreseeable future. But in the meantime, I'm happy with it. Let's get into this new look 6644, which I showed in a quick image on a community update yesterday. I believe all the days are kind of blurring together at this point, but I love this knit top. It feels so luxurious. It's so comfortable. And to be honest, it is the perfect hour or two weekend sewing project. I love the band at the bottom. I think it just adds so much. The neckline was a little tricky for me to try to figure that out. I kind of just ended up doing it my own way, deviated from the patterned instructions, but I'm okay with the outcome. I think it turned out super cute, and this is already a top I've worn multiple times. It's truly so easy, depending on the fabric that you get, to dress it up. I mean, I could even see someone wearing this to work with some cute jewelry and things of that nature. Or, I mean, I've worn it all around town running errands, and it's just super cute. I'm all about the effortless kind of low-key style these days, and this one fits the bill. So check that new look pattern out. I believe it was on simplicity.com on sale a couple days ago, and so I'm sure it circulates and you can probably score it for a great price. But if you're in the market for just a really cute knit top, I could see that being made with true sweatshirt material. Really, so many different ways you could whip that little thing up, but definitely give it a look because it's very, very cute. Highly recommend. Part 2, let's get into some embroidery. This is my newfound love. I continue to have an obsession with embroidering. I was gonna say anything and everything that I can, but really it's not everything. But I really am enjoying embroidering and using this pull-in machine. Little did they know when they gifted that to me that that baby was gonna live on in infamy, because I'm looking at it right now. I love it. I think that there are so many fun patterns that you can download for free. I'm still all about embroiderydesigns.com and thegran.com. I love Royal Present embroidery. There are just so many. I've got my eye on a couple others, and my next kind of feat that I want to try to accomplish that was inspired by So Lovely with Grace. She opened my eyes to the fact that you can embroider and make your own jewelry on water-soluble stabilizer. So if you've ever done that, or if you know of any beautiful embroidery, and all, you know, they don't all have to be free. I mean, I've paid for some that I absolutely loved at this point, but if you know of any great online DST files for your embroidery machine, please share them with me if you feel so inclined. I would love to take a look and just see where you find your really cute embroidery projects. I'm gonna throw up this first one, which is a gift for someone. I'm gonna stop sharing who these gifts are for, because sometimes the people who I'm gifting these to watch my videos, and I would hate for them to get a sneak peek of what they're getting. So I whipped this little baby up. It was so cute. I love how it turned out, and I love a cute Christmas ornament. Again, it's that Mackenzie Childs type theme. It's the black and white, and it really stitched out beautifully. So it was very fun. Then this was kind of fun. I embroidered on a sweatshirt that I got from Amazon. I'll actually link that sweatshirt down below if you need a cute, easy sweatshirt. I'm wearing a size medium because I wanted it to be oversized, but I found these beautiful door embroidery designs, and I loved them. And my first thought when I saw that door was, let me put this on a sweatshirt. How cute would that be? And so that's what I did. And I wear that thing all the time, working out or walking or insert whatever. But it has really proved to be a gorgeous little design. On the back, I just embroidered my initials, which it was really a test embroider for the sweatshirt material. I wanted to see, you know, what it would stitch out and how it would look on the back, so I didn't ruin the front of it. Very happy with that. I'm really, again, as I mentioned, I'm starting to understand the thread tension. and how you can change it depending on the fabric type, using fresh needles, the correct size weight needles, different stabilizers. Starting to click. So I still have a lot to learn, but I'm enjoying where I'm at with it now and the process. So definitely whip those 2 pieces up. Also did this unique design. It is also going to be a gift for someone, and I am so excited to gift it. All of these I'm so excited to gift out, and loved this little hen or rooster detail. It looked so plain to me, and I didn't want to put words on this one per se, so then I just added the little floral border at the bottom. Those were 2 different designs. I think the top one was from Royal Present, which is my favorite, and then the second one I think was from AnneTheGran, GRAN.com, and it was a free design, so definitely go check that one out. But I like the combination. I think it turned out super cute, so very happy with those. I also embroidered these hand towels as another gift. First foray into embroidering on this kind of fabric, but I'm really happy with how it turned out. And there you have it, my little mid-November hodgepodge makes. So I hope that everyone is doing great. Fill me in. What have you been working on? Any fun recent makes, embroidery projects, or new kind of techniques that you've been trying? Please feel free to share, because I always learn from you. I learn from watching other YouTube creators. It's just, I really love this creative community. So thank you so much for being here. As always, happy creating and sewing, and be well.